act for the evening. Please keep that applause going for Sally Firth.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for helping me take part in my Age Concern Comedy Challenge. I've got a lot of time on my hands since the Samaritans asked me to leave. I did try adult education, but words cannot describe the humiliation that was life drawing for beginners. I know they say a bad workman blames his tools, but there are some images not even a 6B pencil can capture. After that, I had a brief foray into politics. I formed my own party, the Right-Lip Reactionaries, and I stood against Boris Johnson in the election last year. He's done well, hasn't he? And then there was the first aid training, but I can't talk about that, not till after the court case. Anyway, I think I need to tell you a bit about myself. That's what comedians usually do, isn't it? My name's Sally, and I've been married to Roger for 26 years. Seems longer. I know when you've been with someone for a long time, things can get a little stale in the sex department, can't they? But I was still quite hurt the other day when Roger said to me, "You're boring in bed. Why don't you ever surprise me? Dress up or something." So a couple of days later, when he got home from work, I did surprise him. I was wearing his mother's clothes. I always thought... He didn't laugh. I always thought he wanted me to be a bit more like her, you see, but it didn't go down well. I think it was too soon after the funeral. The CPR training came in handy, you know. Now, some of you might not be laughing because you think that I was being a bit cruel, but I have to tell you, Roger's been doing a number of things recently that really irritate me, like waking up. Having said that, his snoring is horrific, so it's touch and go, which is preferable. I think about leaving him often, but he couldn't manage on his own, you see. Now, the other day I gave him a shopping list and I sent him off to the supermarket. He was gone for 2.5 hours, and when he got back, the car boot was filled with 100 bread rolls. I had written loo rolls. So then, of course, I had to get back in the car, go back to Tesco's and do the shopping. And when I was there, I needed to use the loo, and I was very surprised to find there was a condom machine in the ladies at Tesco. I know. You're surprised, aren't you? You thought I shopped at Waitrose. Now, I have a confession to make, actually. This isn't a comedy challenge at all. Well, it is in a way, but I'm actually covering for my son, who's a stand-up comedian. He couldn't make it tonight. He's got food poisoning, and I didn't want to let anybody down, so I thought I'd take his place. I've got his notebook, and I'm going to do some of his act. The first thing he's written is virginity. Well, as he's not here, I think I can tell you he was quite late losing his virginity. He had terrible acne when he was a teenager, you see, and I think it put the girls off. They couldn't see past it. So eventually my husband and I took him to see our doctor, who prescribed these fantastic tablets, and they cleared Johnny's skin up just in time for him to go to Magaluf with his friends after the A-levels, and I gather there he made up for lost time. But then he had to visit another doctor when he got back. Now, I think I can share something about me with you. I was quite late losing my virginity as well. I was 20, and that's because I wanted the first one to be special. And he was. He had special requirements. He could only become aroused if we made love outdoors. Now, I don't mind that. I'm quite broad-minded, but we were going out in November, so it wasn't ideal. Then the one after that, he liked to cover me in baby oil while watching videos of 40 Towers. And I was fine about that until he asked me to dress up as Manuel. I thought that was a step too far. My next boyfriend was a masochist, and he begged me to hurt him, so I slept with his best friend. He said that wasn't what he meant. So I tried to think of something else. I waited until he'd videoed the whole of the Japanese Grand Prix, and then just as he sat down to watch it, I told him who'd won. I think one of the other reasons I didn't have sex when I was a teenager, because my mother once said to me that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I'm not too good in the kitchen. But eventually I realised if you go down about 6 inches, it's a lot quicker, more effective, and you don't have to stand up for so long. Now, another thing she used to say, which wasn't very kind, was if she saw an ugly person walking down the road, she would say, well, you can't help what he looks like, but he could stay indoors. Not very nice. What else have we got here? Tinder. No idea what that is. Oh, weed. Oh, I do know what that is. In my day, we used to call it dope. Now, I don't smoke, so I can't inhale, but I did have a boyfriend who gave me some dope in a cake once, and I ate this cake, and I went straight to sleep, and when I woke up, my boyfriend was watching The Muppets on television, and he was roaring with laughter. I joined in, and that's when I knew I was high, because the Muppets are rubbish, aren't they? BJ. When I first saw this, I thought he meant Boris Johnson, because he doesn't like him. And then I thought, well, it could be bungee jumping, because it's one of his hobbies. And then I realised what he meant. Now, I'm not too keen on this, but Roger is. So I will oblige occasionally, because I find afterwards he's much more willing to clean the oven. Little tip for you ladies there. And lastly, he's written anal. Well, I am quite anal. I can't drink coffee out of a mug marked tea, and I can't eat an after 8 mint before 8 o'clock at night. And last week I had a panic attack in Sainsbury's. When I got to the checkout, I only had Tesco bags. So this OCD's been getting me down quite a bit, and obviously it's been bothering Johnny as well, or he wouldn't have written in his notebook. So I'll have to have a word with him about it when I get home. And talking about going home, I probably need to go now and have done my time. But before I go, I just need to let you know that Johnny doesn't actually know I'm here. It was I nipped into the bathroom and nipped into his bedroom and grabbed the notebook when he was throwing up in the bathroom. I think he was throwing up. He could have been doing something else, and then ran off with it. So if you come back next month or next week and you see him before, don't let him know that I was here. Let it be our little secret. And also, looking at the time, I can see, I think Roger's finished cleaning the oven by now, so it's time I went home. Thank you very much. Have enjoyed the rest of your night. And before I go, I just need to introduce the next comedian, who's the wonderful veteran Jimbo.
Good evening,